Hey guys, today let's dive into the wild and fascinating world of Pavel Durov, the dude who basically flipped the bird to the Kremlin and gave us Telegram. Buckle up, cause this is gonna be a long but super interesting ride. Alright, so Pavel Durov, often dubbed Russia's Mark Zuckerberg, is this tech mogul who's not just about making apps, but also about fighting for privacy and freedom in the digital age. His life's like a roller coaster full of ups, downs, and some seriously cool twists. Pavel Valeryevich Durov was born on October 10, 1984, in Leningrad, which is now St. Petersburg, Russia. Picture this, the Soviet Union is still around, and the Cold War vibes are strong. His dad, Valery Durov, was a pretty big deal in academia, a philologist, and his mom, Albina Durova, was into arts and education. Pavel grew up with an older brother, Nikolai, who's also a brainiac, but we'll get to him later. The family wasn't rolling in dough, but they were well off enough with a solid middle-class life. Valery was a professor at St. Petersburg State University, and Albina was involved in a bunch of cultural activities, so education and culture were big in their household. Pavel's got this Ukrainian heritage from his mom's side, which adds a bit of spice to his story, especially considering the geopolitical drama later on. Now, Pavel was always the tech geek from the get-go. Imagine him as a kid, probably more interested in disassembling his toys to see how they work than playing with them. He went to the academic gymnasium, one of those fancy schools in St. Pete where they whip kids into smarty pants. After that, he hit up St. Petersburg State University, following in his dad's footsteps, but with a twist towards IT. He graduated with a degree in philology in 2006, but by then, he was already deep into coding and had this vision of connecting people in ways that were unthinkable under Soviet censorship. During his university years, Pavel wasn't just about books. He was coding like crazy, even setting up some early social networks just for the kicks. His brother Nikolai, who's a math whiz, was right there with him, pushing the tech side while Pavel handled the vision. Post-grad, Pavel didn't waste any time. In 2006, he and Nikolai launched VKontakte, which was like Russia saying, we can do our own version of Facebook. VK blew up, becoming the largest social network in Russia and beyond. But here's where the plot thickens. He wasn't just building a company, he was challenging the Russian government's control over information. By 2013, Pavel had enough of the Kremlin's demands to censor opposition voices on VK. He famously refused to hand over user data, which led to his ousting from the company he founded. That same year, he and Nikolai started Telegram, aiming for a platform where privacy was king. Telegram wasn't just another messaging app. It was built with encryption at its core, giving users a safe space away from prying eyes. But this also made it a magnet for all sorts of people, including those not exactly on the right side of the law, leading to some serious legal scuffles. Pavel's personal life is as intriguing as his professional one. He's known for being pretty private, but we know he was once married to Daria Bondarenko, whom he met back in university. That didn't last, and he's been linked with several high-profile women, but he keeps it low-key. He's got a reputation for being a bit of a playboy, but also a philanthropist. He's into fitness, often seen shirtless on social media, channeling his inner Neo from the Matrix. His hobbies include extreme sports, and he's a traveler at heart, often moving around to avoid the long arm of governments he's not on good terms with. Pavel has made headlines for claiming to have fathered over 100 children through sperm donation, which, if true, is just mind-blowingly wild. Durov's impact? Massive. He's not just a tech entrepreneur, he's become a symbol of digital freedom. Telegram has over 900 million users, making it one of the biggest chat apps out there. He's often quoted saying, "For me, it was never about getting rich. For me, everything in my life was about becoming free," which sums up his ethos pretty well. His refusal to bend to governmental pressures has inspired many in the tech world to think about privacy differently. But with great power comes great scrutiny. Telegram has been criticized for being a haven for illegal activities due to its lack of stringent moderation. Pavel's been in legal hot water because of this, especially in France, where he was arrested. As of now, Forbes estimates his net worth at around $15.5 billion, which is pretty much all tied up in Telegram. He's lived a nomadic lifestyle, moving from Russia to countries like Germany, the US, and finally settling in Dubai for Telegram's operations. Pavel is the big cheese at Telegram Messenger LLP, but he's also had his hands in other pies like the failed attempt at TON, which was supposed to be a blockchain platform. Recently, Telegram has been expanding its features, trying to make it not just a messaging app, but a full-blown platform with channels, bots, and even payment systems. Pavel's always talking about making Telegram the most secure and free communication tool out there. With plans for more privacy enhancements and possibly integrating with other tech to create a more interconnected digital world. Now, here's the juicy part. In August 2024, Pavel was arrested in France at Le Bourget Airport after landing from Azerbaijan. French authorities were after him for not moderating content enough on Telegram, which they claim led to various crimes being facilitated through the app. He was charged with complicity in allowing criminal activities, from drug trafficking to child exploitation. He was released on a hefty bail but had to stay in France, which was a whole mess because it led to international outcry about freedom of speech versus platform responsibility. So, there you have it, folks, the life of Pavel Durov, from a kid in Soviet Russia to a billionaire tech mogul who's on a mission to change how we communicate. His journey is a testament to what happens when you mix genius with a rebellious streak. Whether you love him for Telegram or critique him for its dark sides, Durov's story is one for the tech history books. Thanks for sticking with me through this epic tale. Remember, in the world of tech, the only constant is change, and if there's one thing Pavel Durov has shown us, it's how to navigate that change with a vision for freedom. Catch you in the next one.